Dear students, from the topic integration, today we are going to discuss integration by substitution. Now there is a theorem related to the substitution method. Let us see. First of all, we will prove this theorem. If x is equal to phi of t is a differentiable function of t, then prove that integration f of x dx is equal to integration of f of phi of t into phi dash of t dt. So to get the integration of f of x, we have to put x is equal to phi of t, and hence we get the integration as integration f of phi of t into phi dash of t dt, where phi of t is a differentiable function of t. Now let us see the proof of this result. So for that, here we have to reduce the integration f of x dx which is given to you. See the LHS. We have to reduce this in the form of integration of f of phi of t into phi dash of t dt. So for that, here we consider that integration f of x dx means integration of the function f of x is considered as g of x. Now by definition of integration, as integration is antiderivative concept, we will write that d by dx of g of x is equal to f of x. So as the integration of f of x is g of x, so we get derivative of g of x is equal to f of x. Now here, if you observe this result, then on the right hand side, here we have to obtain the integration with respect to t. Left hand side's integration is with respect to x, and right hand side's integration is with respect to t. So as here we have given that x is equal to phi of t is a differentiable function of t, that means we have given that derivative of x with respect to t is equal to phi dash of t, as x is equal to phi of t is a differentiable function of t. Now let us consider the derivative of g of x. Derivative of g of x with respect to t. See why we consider like this, because we have to prove that g of x is nothing but the integration with respect to t. Integration with respect to t. So if you want the integration with respect to t, then we have to consider, or we have to take the derivative of g of x with respect to t. Now g of x function is in terms of x, and we are going to take the derivative with respect to t. So the chain rule is applicable. So by chain rule, it will be d by dx of g of x into dx by dt. See how to get the derivative by chain rule. D by dx of g of x into dx by dt, because variable is x and we are going to take the derivative with respect to t. So here the chain rule is applicable. Now d by dx of g of x into dx by dt. Now this is by chain rule. Now further, if you see this equation number 2 here, then d by dx of g of x means f of x. So we get f of x into dx by dt. That's why we get the derivative of g of x with respect to t is f of x into dx by dt, and hence we get derivative of g of x with respect to t is equal to, now f of, now x is equal to phi of t, so we get f of phi of t here, and dx by dt is nothing but phi dash of t. See the equation number 3. So we get derivative of g of x with respect to t is equal to f of phi of t into phi dash of t. Now again, by using antiderivative concept, or you can say by definition of integration, what we get? We get, as we get derivative of g of x with respect to t means f of phi of t into phi dash of t. That means g of x is nothing but it is the integration of f of phi of t into phi dash of t dt. So as we consider that g of x is the integration of f of x, and that g of x is nothing but it is the integration of f of phi of t into phi dash of t dt. So we get the result, that is integration of f of x dx. After substitution x is equal to phi of t, we get integration f of phi of t into phi dash of t dt. So let us see the note here. So in this case, in the substitution method, what happens? See here, changing the given variable of integration, means here the variable is x and we have to change the given variable of integration by a suitable substitution. Here the suitable substitution is x is equal to phi of t, and hence the function to be integrated can be reduced to some standard form, because we know the integrations of some standard functions. So if one variable or variable of integration is replaced by suitable substitution, then the function to be integrated can be reduced to some standard form, and this method is called as integration by substitution. So this is the very important theorem related to this substitution method. Substitution method is useful to reduce the given integration in the form of some standard form of the function. Now let us discuss some corollaries related to this substitution method. Now first one is, see here, if the integration of f of x dx is equal to g of x, if the integration of f of x dx is equal to g of x, then prove that integration of f of ax plus b dx is equal to 1 upon a into g of ax plus b plus integration constant. Now here the variable is x, f of x, then we get the integration as g of x. But this x is replaced by, suppose, ax plus b, means the term is in terms of x, but it is the combination like this, ax plus b. Then what about the integration? Then we get the integration as 1 upon a into g of ax plus b plus constant. Now let us prove this result. So first of all, we will consider the integration I is equal to integration of f of ax plus b dx. We have to solve this integration. Now we will solve this by using method of substitution. So for that, if you put ax plus b is equal to t, here a and b are constant. Now if you replace ax plus b is equal to t, then by taking the derivative here with respect to x, we get a as it is, and in place of x we will write dx plus derivative of b is equal to 0 is equal to right hand side is dt. So a dx is equal to dt. That means dx is equal to what? We get 1 upon a into dt. So this is the substitution method. We put ax plus b is equal to t, and hence we replace dx as 1 upon a into dt. So the integration I becomes integration f of t into 1 upon a into dt, because dx is nothing but 1 upon a into dt. So 1 upon a is the constant, you can take outside of the integration, into integration of f of t dt. Now we have given that integration of f of x with respect to x is g of x. So the integration of f of t with respect to t will be g of t. So we get 1 upon a into g of t plus constant. Now resubstituting value of t, we get 1 upon a into g of ax plus b, because t is nothing but ax plus b plus constant. So now onwards you have to remember that here what is 1 upon a? This upon a is nothing but it is the derivative of ax plus b. Derivative of ax plus b is a, and that's why it is 1 upon a into g of ax plus b plus constant. Okay. Now let us take another corollary. Now if you have the integration f of x raised to n into f dash x dx, this integration, then its answer will be f of x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus constant, where n is not equal to minus 1. We will solve this corollary again by using substitution method. So for that, let us take the given integration, that is integration of f of x raised to n into f dash x dx. Now see here, the combination is, the function is given f of x and its derivative is also included here, f of x and f dash x. So the part of the integration which is included here, it is the combination of the function and its derivative also. So here we observe that we have to put f of x is equal to t, and if you put f of x is equal to t, then by taking the derivative on both sides, we get f dash x dx. f dash x dx is equal to dt. So the given integration changes to in the form of integration of t raised to n. See here carefully, f of x is replaced as t raised to n into dt means f dash x dx. Now you know that integration of t raised to n is equal to t raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus constant, where n is not equal to 1, not equal to minus 1. Hence, if you resubstitute the value of t as f of x, then we get the integration is equal to f of x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus constant, where n is not equal to minus 1. So this is the substitution method, and by using that substitution method, we get this corollary. Now let us prove another corollary, very important. If you have the integration f dash x upon f of x dx, see here the nature of the function, the denominator contains the function and numerator is its derivative. If you observe the term like this, then we have to apply this result, that integration of f dash x dx, f dash x upon f of x dx is equal to log of modulus of f of x plus constant. So let I is equal to integration f dash x upon f of x dx. So put f of x is equal to t. Hence f dash x dx is equal to dt. So we get the integration is equal to 1 upon t dt. If you observe this carefully, then the given integration changes in the form of integration of 1 upon t dt. And all of you know that integration of 1 upon t is nothing but log of modulus of t plus constant. So by resubstituting, we get I is equal to log of modulus of f of x plus constant. So it is very simple to understand the substitution method here. Okay. Now we will prove another corollary. If the integration is in the form of f dash x upon root of f of x dx, then it will be 2 times root of f of x plus c. Again here the combination is f of x and f dash x. So that's why by considering this integration as I, we will put f of x is equal to t. So that's why f dash x dx is equal to dt. So given integration changes in the form of integration of 1 upon root t dt. Now if you observe this carefully, then integration of 1 upon root t dt is nothing but 2 root t. It is equal to 2 root t. Just you apply the formula here for the integration. 1 upon root t means actually it is t raised to minus 1 by 2. T raised to minus 1 by 2. And if you solve that carefully, then you will get the integration as 2 root t plus constant. And hence we get 2 into root of t means f of x plus constant. So today we have discussed the substitution method, in which one theorem we have proved. Also we proved 4 corollaries related to the substitution method. Thank you.